Hello and welcome. This is an educational PSA. Today we're going to be talking about why there are so many deaths in residential structure fires. We're going to be hitting four main topics, main points. First one being smoke detectors. Second one being the cleanliness and maintaining your office or your home. Third topic is an evacuation plan, having one and sticking to it. And the fourth topic is decision making. We're going to be talking about cue recognition, some reaction time, and the thought process when there is actually a fire inside the building. First off, smoke detectors. One of the biggest problems with smoke detectors is low batteries or the smoke detectors being non-existent. This is an early recognition system that works so well in your residential home or your office building. Remember, keep the smoke detectors attached to the ceiling and keep the batteries charged. We like to tell people when you change your times or when you change your clocks for the time change, then change your batteries as well. Depending on how old your house is, most of the smoke detectors last 10 years. Oftentimes, if you just take them off, throw them away, go down to your local hardware store, you can find replacements that pop right back up into the ceiling. Next topic, cleanliness of your office space or your residential home. This is specifically talking about exits. We want to keep our exit corridors clear or our exit pathways clear. If we have boxes, clothes, different things, desks piled up in those exit ways or those exit corridors, when there is an emergency, when it's dark after hours, we don't want to trip up on things. It becomes a huge hazard. On that same note, for office buildings and newer homes, many are equipped with residential sprinkler systems or sprinkler systems in your office building. Each specific head sprays water a certain distance, and if we have storage piled up too close to those heads, if there is a fire, they can't project the water down where they need to. So we like to ask between an 18 and 24 inch clearance around each of the sprinkler heads. And that will just assure you that if there is a fire, your system is going to be working properly. Next topic is evacuation plans. You need to go over with your employees an evacuation plan. This is not only good so they can help your patrons get out of the building, but it also keeps them calm should that fire or emergency happen. We like to promote monthly practices, or at least a discussion monthly about how important it is to know where the exits are in your building and how we're going to get your patrons to those places should a fire occurs. Now, if we're talking about an evacuation plan in a residential home, talk to your kids, talk to your family, pick a door you're going to leave and pick a location outside, very clear of the home. That's a safe spot for you guys all to meet to make sure everybody gets there. The last thing we're going to be talking about is decision making. Lots of decisions need to be made, and they need to be made quickly when a fire occurs. Reaction time is specifically what we're going to be discussing. Reaction time is the time it takes once you notice something is wrong to the time you actually make the physical movements to clear yourself of that emergency. That's reaction time. It's different for different people, and based on that time, it allows you to process and how much you can process of what's going on. And then you're going to formulate a plan within seconds in your brain as to what you're going to do. Cue recognition plays a huge part of that. Cue recognition is recognizing something that you've seen previously, even though you don't really remember or consciously remember that specific thing. An example of that would be your exits. When you come into a building, you see exits, and until that emergency hits, you don't really realize where they are. But because of cue recognition, you've seen it before, that's the exit you're going to be most prone to going to. Thanks again for joining me with this educational PSA.